Language barriers aren't what they used to be. These days, instant translation is available to anyone with a smartphone. Just tap an app and voila, the unintelligible becomes meaningful. But what if this technology could go much further? In recent years, we've begun to grasp just how rich and complex animal communication can be. And while these non-human voices remain largely a mystery to us, that might not be the case for much longer. As rapid advances in AI draw us closer to realizing one of humanity's oldest and wildest dreams, the ability to talk with animals. Now, one reason this seems far-fetched is that historically, we've mostly assumed there's not much to translate. Sure, animals communicate, birds sing, wolves howl, lions roar, but these were always thought to be just instinctual cries, without anything like the complexity of human language. But then, how could we really know? Our ears and brains evolved to hear and understand human speech. Many animal sounds are completely outside our hearing range, and even when we can pick up on them, we can't begin to recognize all their patterns and variations. But what if we could change that? First by hearing the vast array of sounds animals make in different situations, then by analyzing their structures, and perhaps even understanding them. The scientific attempt to do just that is called bioacoustics, and today is being revolutionized by digital technology. Biologists no longer have to rely on their own eyes and ears. They can bug entire forests with smart microphones, attach cameras to birds migrating across continents, and send drones to go places and do things that humans simply can't. And it's not just professional scientists. Ordinary people can now contribute anything from whale watching photos to field recordings made on their smartphones, all of which can quickly be collected online, creating an audiovisual archive of unprecedented size and detail. This flood of data is already revealing amazing things. Far from being simple cries and signals, much animal communication turns out to be startlingly rich. Elephants address each other by name. Vervet monkeys sometimes lie about predators to steal each other's food, while prairie dogs can describe approaching threats, down to their size, speed, and, in the case of humans, clothing color. But perhaps the most amazing revelations are occurring beneath the waves, where whales and dolphins coordinate their complex social lives through clicks, whistles, and songs so intricate that human analysis alone can't keep up, which is where AI comes in. Applying the same kind of complex pattern recognition behind Google Translate has already revealed structures unexpectedly similar to those found in human language. And we're coming closer than ever to understanding how it all fits together, the first step towards deciphering meaning. Understanding what another species is saying is a tantalizing prospect. But could we go a step further and talk back to have a real conversation? Past attempts have taken many forms, from raising apes to use sign language to giving dogs buttons that sound out words. But the cutting edge is no longer about teaching animals our systems, it's about learning theirs. As well as analyzing sperm whale clicks using large language models, music-generating AI is being trained to produce click patterns that could one day be used to hold conversations. And Google is working on a Dolphin translation program that, it's hoped, will allow divers to chat with them in real time. Assuming we can do that, what might we talk about? There are some immediate practical possibilities, like alerting whales of oncoming ships, monitoring the well-being of livestock, and even giving animals a say over issues that affect them, like habitat loss. But before we get carried away, it's worth tempering our expectations. Human language is an extraordinary thing, capable of generating infinite meanings from finite parts. And even though the sophisticated patterns we're observing in animal communication are remarkable, we don't know if even the smartest creatures use things like sentences, questions, or abstract concepts. As such, many researchers argue that even describing it as language is actively unhelpful, because it encourages anthropomorphism. But maybe a little anthropomorphism isn't a bad thing. In 1970, the album Songs of the Humpback Whale demonstrated to the world that they aren't just dumb sea beasts, but expressive creatures with hauntingly beautiful voices. At the time, commercial whaling was driving many species to extinction, but the album's runaway success ushered in legal protections which helped turn the tide. And maybe there's a lesson here to keep in mind as this technology evolves. That in a time when so many species are under threat from climate change, urbanization, and other human activities, exciting though talking to animals might be, the greatest impact can come from simply caring enough to listen.